Hiring an OpenClaw AI specialist sounds like a smart move until you realize you don't actually know what that means in practice. Because right now, a lot of people are calling themselves AI specialists. They know how to use tools, they understand automation at a surface level, and they can talk through workflows in a way that sounds convincing. But once you actually bring someone in, that's when the difference shows up. Things don't move faster, your team is still doing manual work, and instead of improving how things run, it just feels like you added another systems to manage. I'm Erin from Paired, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through what an OpenClaw AI specialist actually does, what skills actually matter, how to tell the difference between someone who can talk about it versus someone who can build it, and how to hire the right person for your remote team, so you don't waste time bringing in the wrong hire. What an OpenClaw AI specialist actually does. Before you hire for this role, you need to understand what it actually involves, because OpenClaw AI specialist isn't really about one specific tool. It's about a type of work. At its core, this role is about building systems that reduce manual work inside your business using AI and automation. That could include connecting tools together, creating workflows that move data automatically, or setting up processes where tasks happen without someone needing to manually push them forward. So instead of your team doing the same things over and over again, those steps are handled in the background. In real terms, that might look like automatically routing leads, syncing data across platforms, or generating outputs that your team can review instead of creating from scratch. The goal isn't just to use AI, it's to design systems that actually make your business run smoother without constant involvement. And that's where a lot of confusion comes in, because someone who knows how to use AI tools personally isn't always someone who knows how to build systems inside a real business. So let me make this more real. You hire someone, they build a few automations, and at first it feels like progress, things look cleaner, some tasks are moving faster, it feels like you're heading in the right direction, but then small issues start showing up. Something breaks and no one knows why. A workflow works in one situation but fails in another. Your team isn't fully sure how to use what was built. And now, instead of removing work, it creates dependency, because every time something changes, you need that same person to fix it. That's when you realize you didn't actually get a system, you got something that works as long as nothing changes. And in a real business, things always change, and this is usually the point where founders realize the issue isn't just the tools, it's who's building them. Because when the right person is setting things up, the system actually holds as your business evolves instead of breaking every time something shifts. That's exactly why tools alone don't fix this. The starting point matters. And if you want to skip the trial and error of figuring this out yourself, Paired connects you with people who already understand how to build systems that actually work long-term, not just in demos. The skills that actually matter. So once you understand where hiring usually goes wrong, the next step is knowing what actually separates someone who can build systems that hold from someone who can't. And it really comes down to how they think. The strongest candidates don't jump straight into tools. They start by understanding the workflow itself, what triggers it, what information is needed, what the outcome should be, and where things could break. They can walk you through that clearly before they build anything. You'll also notice a difference in experience. Someone who has worked inside real businesses doesn't just know how to set things up. They've seen what happens when systems fail, when inputs change, and when teams actually start using what's been built. That's what allows them to build something that lasts. Communication is another signal that shows up quickly. If they can explain what they're doing in a way that makes sense, your team will actually be able to use it. If they can't, the system will create confusion no matter how well it's built. And over time, adaptability becomes just as important. Tools change, workflows evolve, and new problems come up. The right person adjusts with that instead of rebuilding everything from scratch each time. When all of that is there, you're not just getting something that works once, you're getting something that continues to work as your business grows. How to actually screen candidates. This is where you figure out who can actually do the work. Interviews can sound convincing, but they don't always show how someone thinks once they're inside your business. The clearest way to evaluate that is with a small paid test project based on your actual workflow. For example, you might show them how something currently works and ask how they would improve it. What you're really looking for is how they approach the problem. The strongest candidates don't rush into building. They take a step back, try to understand how things are working today, and look for what actually needs to change. You can feel when someone is thinking through the system versus just trying to use a tool. That difference shows up quickly. You'll also notice whether what they're explaining actually makes sense to you, because if it feels unclear now, it's going to feel even more confusing once your team is using it day to day. And this is usually where hiring starts to slow down. Running tests, reviewing work, and figuring out who's actually solid takes time, especially if you are starting from scratch. And that is is why something like Paired can make this a lot simpler. Instead of going through that full cycle yourself, you're starting with candidates who already understand how to build systems that actually hold up in real use, and that makes the whole process feel a lot more straightforward. How to define the role before you hire. One of the biggest mistakes isn't hiring the wrong person, it's not being clear on what you actually need in the first place. And I get why this happens. You can feel that your business needs automation, things feel slow, your team is repeating work, and you know that there is a better way to structure things. But when it comes time to define the role, it turns into something vague, like we need someone for AI automation, and that's where things start to drift. Because if the role isn't clear, the work won't be clear either. So instead of starting with the title, it helps to start with what's actually happening inside your business. Where is your team spending time on repetitive work? Where do things get delayed or stuck? Where are people manually moving information from one place to another? For example, maybe your team is manually qualifying leads from forms and assigning them to sales reps. Or maybe onboarding new clients involves the same set of emails, documents, and follow-ups every time. Or maybe your content process involves a lot of back and forth that could be streamlined. Those are real starting points because now you're not just hiring for automation, you're hiring to fix something specific. And that makes everything easier. It makes it easier to explain the role, it makes it easier to test candidates, and it makes it easier to evaluate whether what's being built is actually helping. Without that clarity, you end up in a situation where someone is building things that technically work but don't actually move your business forward. They might automate a process that didn't need automation or build something that looks impressive but doesn't get used. And that's frustrating because it feels like progress but nothing actually improves. So before you hire, take a step back and get really specific about what needs to change, because the clearer you are upfront, the easier everything becomes after. Why overseas hiring works well for this role. This is one of those roles where overseas hiring works really well because the skill set isn't tied to location. Someone building strong automation systems is doing the same type of thinking regardless of where they're at. They're looking at workflows, identifying inefficiencies, and figuring out how to simplify and connect things. That doesn't change based on geography. And in a lot of cases, people working overseas have actually seen more variation. They've worked with different types of businesses, different tools, different setups, so they've had more exposure to how systems break and how to fix them. For example, someone might have worked with an e-commerce brand optimizing order flows, then a service business automating lead intake, then a SaaS company improving onboarding. That kind of range builds stronger instincts. And those instincts are what you're really hiring for. Because again, this isn't just about knowing tools, it's about knowing how to think through systems. What matters isn't where someone is, it's how they approach problems and what they've actually built in real environments. The only thing you really need to think about is communication. If your team relies on real-time collaboration, then having some time zone overlap helps. You want enough shared hours where questions can get answered quickly and then things can move without delay. But outside of that, most of the work in this role can be asynchronous. Someone can build, test, and improve systems without needing to be online at the exact same time as your team, and that flexibility is what opens up the talent pool. Instead of being limited to whoever is local, you are now looking globally. And that is a big shift because now you're not just hiring based on availability, you're hiring based on who is actually best for the role. And if you have never hired overseas before, this is usually the part that feels uncertain at first, which is why having the right support matters. And that's exactly where Paired comes in. They help you find and hire pre-vetted overseas talent without you having to figure everything out on your own. So instead of guessing your way through it, you actually have a clear process and people guiding you through each step. If you want to see how it works, you can check out Paired using our link down below, because when the process is set up properly, it doesn't feel complicated. It just feels like you have access to better options, and that is really what you want. Hiring an OpenClaw AI specialist isn't about finding someone who knows tools. It's about finding someone who can actually simplify how your business runs, because the goal isn't to build more systems, it's to reduce the amount of work your team has to think about every day. If you get that right, everything starts to feel easier. If you get it wrong, you just end up managing something new. If this video helped, make sure to like and subscribe to Paired for more videos on hiring, onboarding, and building teams that actually work. And if you want help finding someone who can actually do this well, you can book a free strategy call using the link down below. I'm Erin from Paired. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.